So today, we have Nemesis from the Resident Evil 3 remake game taking on the Ustanak from the Resident Evil 6 game. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, after someone was exposed to the NET virus created by the Umbrella Corporation, they mutated into a nearly unstoppable monster known as Nemesis. The idea behind it was to create a B.O.W with the power of a tyrant, aka Mr. X, but with more intelligence and would follow orders, and it did. It had superhuman strength, being able to effortlessly bust through walls and ceilings, casually break and bend metal, and could literally rip people apart with zero trouble. It was tough enough to be unfazed by bullets, routinely shrugged off grenade launcher shots, and it was just fine after massive explosions and falls. It even had a regenerative healing factor as it regrew its lost arm in just a few seconds. And it was incredibly fast and agile for its size, being able to run several meters in mere seconds and to do incredible leaps and jumps. It also could project these tendrils from all over its body, most noticeably from its hands, and these could easily pierce right through people. And finally, it was very intelligent, being smart enough to take orders, to use weapons like rocket launchers effectively, and to continuously pursue Jill Valentine, no matter what happened, or what got in its way, or how far away she got as well. But in the other corner, another monster known as the Ustanak. After the creation of the C virus by the Umbrella Corporation, 322 people exposed to it couldn't live through the mutations and died. However, the 323rd participant somehow did live and became the nearly unkillable monster known as the Ustanak. It was strong enough to effortlessly bust through walls and ceilings, easily plow through cars and concrete barricades, and easily lift and throw a few tons of solid steel with one hand. It was incredibly durable, to the point it routinely, and I mean routinely, shrugged off point-blank explosions like they were nothing, withstood a massive fall, being drilled in the chest with a giant Jill, and was back up literally 20 seconds later, and it survived a giant satellite tower falling on top of him. It was even surprisingly fast and agile, being able to run at incredible speeds and even jump from helicopter to helicopter while they were flying. Due to losing its arm in an experiment early on, it had a prosthetic arm that allowed for various interchangeable weapons, including a giant metal grasping claw, a mining drill, specialized shotgun, and even a Gatling gun, and more. And finally, it was also very intelligent, as it kept pursuing Jake and Sherry no matter what, and could even think strategically to outwit its targets as well. So, I know Nemesis went through a few mutations throughout the game, but to be clear, I'm using the original mutation, but I'm including feats from all of the mutations he went through, because there's not very many. So, who's stronger? Well, Nemesis effortlessly busted through brick walls and ceilings like they weren't even there, easily ragdolled Jill, easily bent and broke metal, leaped incredibly high in the air several times, and could literally rip apart people. But the Ustanak easily busted through concrete ceiling, effortlessly sent Sherry absolutely flying with a backhand, temporarily held back a giant vehicle drill, effortlessly lifted a few tons of steel and threw it pretty far with just one arm, and he also easily plowed through cars and concrete obstacles while in a dead sprint. To be honest, I'd say the Ustanak is stronger here, not by much, but he does have more feats, so I'd say he's stronger, but I'm sure both could replicate what the other did. So, now durability. Well, Nemesis walked off several grenade launcher shots, was only momentarily stunned after being basically tackled by a speeding car off of the top of a parking garage, with the car crushing him and exploding on top of him. Literally just got right back up. He withstood a point-blank grenade explosion that sent him flying out of a speeding train, withstood having his hand cut off, and it survived being drowned in acid. But the Ustanak was unfazed by point-blank explosions, several of them, withstood several more. Being drilled in the chest by that giant drill only kept him down for like 20 seconds. He survived a tremendous fall, survived a giant satellite tower falling on top of him, and he survived being sent flying into lava followed by another point-blank explosion. Also, the lava wasn't even burning through his skin. I'd say they're fairly even here, but Nemesis has a much better healing factor as he nearly regrew his hand instantly, while the Ustanak had to get his hand replaced with a prosthetic when he lost his hand. And now, speed. Despite their size, both are incredibly fast and agile. Nemesis was able to run several meters in mere seconds and to do great leaps and jumps, but the Ustanak was able to run at great speeds as well, and being able to slowly outpace Sherry and Jake in a dead sprint, and was also able to jump from helicopter to helicopter several times while thousands of feet in the air. Again, I'd say the Ustanak is slightly better here. So, the Ustanak is slightly better physically, aside from Nemesis's healing factor. So now onto versatility. For this fight, the Nemesis will only have his tendrils. His tendrils are able to be projected over 20 feet, and they are able to easily lift people up and even pierce right through a dude's skull. On the other hand, the Ustanak will only have its big metal prosthetic grasping claw and no other interchangeable weapons. With this, he was able to literally, easily, and instantly crush a dude within his grasp. He literally crushed every bone in this guy's body. And finally, who's smarter? Who's more intelligent? Well, both are able to take orders and to keep on pursuing their targets no matter what gets in their way or how far away their target gets. Nemesis was smart enough to use a military-grade flamethrower and rocket launcher effectively, but the Ustanak was smart enough to know when it was best to switch between interchangeable weapons to be more effective in combat. Both were also smart enough to play possum, for say, to let their targets guard down for a sneak attack. I'd say they're fairly even here as well. So, who wins? Well, they're pretty even physically and in intelligence. The Ustanak will be more effective up close due to his grasping claw, but Nemesis would be better at a range with his tendrils. But I can't see either of these putting the other down. This would be a great brutal fight, but I think I'm siding with Nemesis at the end of the day. His healing factor will allow him to heal from every fatal attack instantly. There's also the fact that Nemesis didn't get his ass handed to him in a hand-to-hand fight like the Ustanak did when he fought Jake in close quarters. Granted, Jake is a skilled fighter and low superhuman, but still, Ustanak is much stronger and tougher than Jake is. Like I said, it would be a brutal fight, but I believe Nemesis is taking this one. Nemesis wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. Peace.